includes all his.
Includes all of his expenses and costs. That's in lieu of him billing every time he comes out here. So yeah, that's what he's taking the risk. It's all
Well, the
inclusive.
last line is perfect. No settlements below the figure of
$1 million net in your
shall be
pocket.
made without full knowledge and consent of both.
Okay,
It's very-
that's no problem.
Our
That's
contracts still stay with you, and they're not going to be adjusted at all, they're actually a few contracts.
There's one separate contract with us and one 5% contract with him.
I see that.
Our estimate is larger than what the claim is really worth, and we do that. And it's not fraudulent to do that because our pricing is very high, and we do believe cosmetically that that should happen. Working on the other side of the coin for insurance companies for 12 years that I did, they're never going to pay all that. It's a negotiation kind of thing. They're going to say you deserve 0 windows because they're too old. We're going to say all of them need to be replaced. They're going to say, fine, we'll replace some, but you don't have any code upgrade coverage in your policy. We're going to say, it doesn't matter, we don't have any code upgrade coverage. You can't put windows like this in the state of Florida, but you're not allowed to do it. It's not allowed by code. You have to put impact glass windows in there. That's just a window argument. So I I don't want to say it's $15 million or $12 million because it really doesn't matter. It's an opening point for the guy to come here tomorrow with his piddly estimate saying he doesn't owe any more money in this claim to go forward and back.
I thought there was an amount that the adjuster came up with the amount of damages we had.
It's a comprehensive demand
Okay.
with the amount. Well, it's a demand. So
And is there a demand amount that we already have on paper?
yes, we have a demand amount on paper.
Would you mind sharing that?
Yes.
Yeah, we can't share it. It's confidential because it's in the spirit of compromise and it would be a mediation. I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay.
We could talk later about the true value of the claim, which we talked with the board about a lot. But the demand for the actual demand is not something that,
Can you talk about the true value of the claim right now?
no, not until we go back into the units with citizens and they point out, we can point out everything that we want. Until the guy comes down, the citizen's a neutral guy and looks and says, well, that's not covered, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pay for that, but I'll pay for this over here. Then we'll know what the true value is that we can get from a jury. We don't know that yet until they make their arguments out in the community. But we will have a figure pretty soon.
Pretty soon, a week, a month, a year.
Well, I mean, these guys are coming here tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Brian,
Yeah,
keep
pretty
that
soon.
in mind. Same way you have a recording of this right now, that's discoverable in the court of law. So if I give you a number, whether it be high or low, if that's discovered, whatever we say, when we portray or throw out at citizens.
I understand that. But now the question is, you use the word pretty soon. Does pretty soon mean a week, month, a year,
As
2013?
rapidly as possible. I wish I could give you a more clearly defined point, but it's as
In
rapidly
the
as
time
possible.
limit.
There will be a period of time when we have a trial calendar together. So there will be a finite period as to when we would go to a jury. So that would be the latest and last time that we could settle a case with citizens before we have a trial. So it will be a finite period as soon as we get the trial calendar from the judge. So at least we have court supervision over the matter where I'm not going to say to you it's going to be 10 years from now. It won't be. There will be a trial date sometime relatively soon as we get the notice of trial filed after we have our hearing on their answer. So pretty soon. I mean,
But Marvin, isn't it good that it's now it's in motion?
Absolutely. Just one more.
he's coming out here just himself. He's a general contractor that's hired by citizens. He's going to take a walk on the property with Ira and determine what he needs, whether he needs a structural engineer, a roofing engineer, how many people he thinks he's going to need to go into the units he needs to go into that they haven't been into yet, and then he's going to come up with a plan. They're going to come up with a plan, and we're going to have our people out here with his people, with Ira's people, and the citizens. So he's just coming out to see how many people he's going to assign. We already have a comprehensive list of all the names that we know about, that anyone ever complained about. But if you're concerned, make sure that you tell the board what happened in your complex, so we know to make sure that if we don't already have it in there, which we probably do, but just to make sure, and if you had any additional things since the last time we were in your place, that would be good. Put something there regarding our contract and our sign that they're understood. Yeah.
For instance, yes. Right now, we agree, you're gonna make the changes.
Yes.
Fax it, email it, the house.
Yeah.
Brian.
If we agree, we can take a vote now. I assume.
Wait.
Write it tonight.
I just want,
Initial.
okay, okay, before we continue, one item here, Monday, you said. Regarding the contractual arrangement, how did you suggest that you would amend that?
Instead of the words regardless, when it starts regardless,
Yes.
we're going to put as 5% as agreed to with attorneys. In other words, kind of combining the contracts, even though they're separate, they're combined using that language.
I didn't understand how that would help. Okay. We agree that it's going to be paid, repaid, whether it all does good services versus. Regardless of any contractual arrangements between the issuer and or its agent or attorney, is going to be changed to read what?
By the insurance companies in settlement of the loss, as agreed to with the attorneys, is what it's going to say. Instead of regardless, it's going to say as agreed to with the attorneys under contract.
As agreed to instead of regardless.
Yeah.
Let the rest of the board know.
So if we take a vote now, we pass everything, and you're gonna make the changes, send it to Howard, and then whoever we assign as an officer signs it, we're done, right?
Yes.
Is that all right?
No.
No? Who's saying no?
Ira, because he has to be here at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
So
So
tonight,
sign it tonight.
so make it, we'll sign it tonight. Let's get it done. We need the vote.
Amended.
You're gonna make the amendments, I get it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
All right. Well, may I? I'd like to offer a motion. Could he leave the table, please? I'd like to offer a motion to authorize the president to execute the engagement agreement with Public Adjusters Group, LLC, and the revised authorization to represent/property damage claims, amended to include the $1 million net to the association and the inclusion of PAG in the bold type 5th paragraph, and the change of the word regardless in paragraph 3 of the engagement agreement and substitute as agreed to by the contract.
I'll second.
Is the motion clear, Rob? Do you think?
You vote now?
Basically, the two contracts are tied together, so they're not two separate.
I think the best thing that we can do is amend, maybe we can go into Howard's office and amend the contract right now by the time we're done with our meeting.
Does anyone oppose it? So then let's do it, get it done, we'll sign it tonight, get it rolling.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, I can set you with my computer. That'd be great. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Is that all right?
Okay, we're now going to get to my report, the President's report. There have been a lot of rumors circulating throughout the community that there's going to be a raise in maintenance, that there's going to be new assessments. All right, all that is untrue. There's no plan to have any new assessments. There's no plan to raise any maintenance. So there's no reason to panic. If you get emails, circulars, flyers, or whatever, there's no reason to believe any of that stuff. If it doesn't come from the board, it's not official, and we have no plans to do that. Let's see. I just jotted down a few notes. I'd like to thank some of the people that have helped, people that are helping in the community. You notice that we're getting rid of a lot of cars that were formerly just junks and hanging around. We've been towing them out, and so a lot of people have been helping with that. And people that walk around the community reporting this, and even people putting, people that have been appointed putting stickers on cars, which is good. If anybody has a problem with anybody parking in your space, feel free to call me. I'm kind of a night owl. I'm up until 1 or 2 in the morning. So feel free to call me. I have no life, so I can run out and help you. All right? And I have done that. But, I mean, people sometimes will park their car. They don't feel that anybody's going to get to it for a couple of days, but I get to it pretty quickly. Or I'll have somebody come out there right away. Let's see. I want to give special thanks to the Sales and Lease Committee, Kim Smeller, who's not here, Marilyn Gruskin, who is here, and of course Ann Rosenson, who always does a good job on that. We're doing, and special thanks too to Mr. Sklar back there. Eddie Sklar has been appointed as a building captain of the Zurich, and he's been responsible for getting rid of the propane tank that was on somebody's porch, and he took care of that. And Eddie also took care of the gasoline cans or on somebody else's patio. So Eddie's been doing a really good job, and I'd like Eddie to do a lot more if he'd like to volunteer. Ed, I could use you for a few other things. He'd be the general enforcer, but Eddie's doing a great job, and I'd like to thank him for that. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'd like to apologize to Terry back there for miscommunication, and I should have got back to you, Terry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll try to be on top of that in the future. And I would like to thank Jerry Muro for his contribution. He made a large contribution. I thanked him at the last meeting, but I'll thank him again for the contribution in the gym, for the treadmills, and he put most of the money into that. In fact, Jerry has also agreed to contribute to a ping pong table, which we're going to put into the arts and crafts room. So we have a ping pong room in there.
That's great.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. I mean, it's a nice community spirit that people are actually contributing, and it's really costing the board. It is not costing the board much money. And Michael, of course, who kind of spearheaded the whole gym thing, and he and Jerry got together, and well, things are working out with the least amount of expense to the board or to the community, which is really good. It's what we want. We don't want to raise any we don't want to make any more assessments. So the more contributions and help we get, there's been a great community spirit. So I see it. And let's see. I'd like to also apologize for a lot of the pettiness that goes on and the personality conflicts. And a lot of people are not attending meetings because of it. And it's sad because I talk to the people and they say, well, no, I'm not going to attend that meeting because I know what's going to happen. People are going to get up and start screaming and yelling and shouting at each other. And it's sad. They will not attend the meetings because they're used to seeing that. And we hope that'll change. You know, we'll see. And also, it was because of that reason that we had a recent resignation. And I'm sorry to see that. Michelle, I'm sorry to hear that. And as far as myself goes, well, being the president, I'm going to take a lot of criticism, and I have. I've taken a lot of criticism. Some of the criticisms I've had, I'm not going to mention any names, but let's see. What are they calling me these days? I'm criticized. People are saying, certain people are saying I'm a thief. Okay, that's one of the things. And people are criticizing me for my belief in God, that I should put God in the town crier. People are saying my friends are not the right color. I mean, I had a big picnic in the park, and they said a lot of my friends are not the right color for this community. That's only coming from one or two people. It's not the whole community. Then I'm accused of being a racist. That's the next one. And it goes on and on and on. And,
Say who says that.
no, I'm not mentioning any names.
Open up.
No. I'd like to say that overall this is a good board, it's an honest board, and we're not licking our chops waiting for that $1 million to come in so we can dip into that money. That money is staying right where it belongs, and we're also working on a lot more money to come back into the board on a restricted account, and hopefully that's going to be brought up tonight where we can credit people who have put maintenance in and never got it back. So we can credit them on for that maintenance, that advanced maintenance that they paid, and that money can come to the board through these people on credit. Right, Michael? That's what we're working on?
Yes.
Okay, so we've been working with the attorney, we got some good advice from the attorneys on how to do that. So I think it's going pretty good, I think, overall. And I'm trying to keep a positive attitude. A lot of times I get a little down, and when I get down, I usually call Linda, and Linda settles me down. Right, Linda? Yeah, she settles me down. And that glass of wine, which I think is good for you. All right. That about concludes everything I have. Let's see, now we're here from the, Howard's not here, so Linda's going to read the manager's report.
This is the treasurer's report.
Yeah, this is the, Howard is, making up the new corrections to the document. So he asked me to read this. Management report as of March 17, 2009. Financial report. Bank balances as of January 31st, 2009. Operating account, $398,468.
398.
Yeah, that's what I said, no, 300.
Oh, I'm sorry.
$398,468.54. Due to SA from operating, $316,582.63. Special assessment account number 1, $47,910.96. Special assessment account number 2, $71,530.60. Construction account, $7,880.42. Security deposit Wachovia, $21,463.53. Security deposit City National, $93,177.21. Colonial settlement, $407,784.53. Funds being held in the two security deposit accounts are being held in escrow and cannot be utilized by the association. Efforts are ongoing to identify and reimburse the owners. Delinquency.
Stop here for a minute.
Yeah,
Colonial settlement, what is that?
I don't have a clue.
Anybody know?
I'm reading the manager's report. because-
Howard will tell us when he gets back.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll ask him, we'll put it
Yeah,
out there.
what is that, yeah. Delinquency, graphical representation of the present delinquencies of the maintenance fees, Wachovia and SBA loans. Liens filed as of March 11, 44, Foreclosures placed on units through March 11, 37 bank, 2 association. Bankruptcies, 3. Funds collected by attorney for association, $9,456. Yes.
I'm so sorry, it's so
Okay.
rude. I just figured out what the colonial settlement was.
What is that?
Is the colonial bank, it's the settlement funds from Pegasus. Oh,
Yes, that's right.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, go ahead.
The item in the,
Insurance.
the item in the financial report that you read as colonial settlement refers to the settlement from Pegasus in the amount, the proceeds, the balance of $407,000 plus is deposited in the colonial bank.
Well, insurance company.
I don't know the exact name of the colonial, but it's the financial institution.
Okay, so in other words, it's money we have.
Yeah, funny, from Pegasus.
Right. The above foreclosure liens represent approximately 10% of the units within International Village. This has risen 1% since the last reporting. Administration, we have finally converted the Wachovia line of credit to a loan which is partially $2.5 million, a fixed rate loan, and $2 million, a floating rate loan. And I can add that $2 million we can pay off early without penalty. So it's great the way they separated that. Our code enforcement committee has begun towing cars that are in violation of the association's rules and regulations. Mitigation reports have been done on the roofs that have had their permits finally closed. An updated property appraisal has been ordered. Same was requested by Citizens Insurance in order to bind the 2009-2010 insurance policy. Management has met with Officer Marteau of the Lauderhill Police Department, and we urge residents to come forward and report any suspicious persons or activity. Our CPA is presently preparing a cash flow projection, but was unable to complete same in time for this meeting. Due to the high cost of closing the loan, approximately $41,000, and code repairs to the elevator, approximately $10,000, fire alarm, approximately $28,000, required roof repairs to the Yorkshire pool room roof, our available funds set aside for construction from the Pegasus settlement is dwindling to approximately $100,000. Therefore, the construction committee will have to relook at the scope of the various projects that have been identified. The foreclosure committee has met with our collections attorney and will present their findings and recommendations. Maintenance and prevention. Clubhouse fire alarm permits have been approved with changes requested by the fire marshal. Our contractor has indicated that these changes will require extra work and hence an additional fee. Once approved, work will commence immediately. So I guess we don't know what that is. Is that
It's
good?
about $3,600. Here's a fire marshal.
Here's a break.
Okay, okay.
Extra work.
So maybe we can do that tonight? Okay. Structural Engineering Associations has inspected the concrete slab in the pump room and recommends that the entire slab be replaced. We are presently obtaining a second opinion from another engineer. Our maintenance personnel have repaired one of the rotted areas of the Nottingham. Mr. Pikus and Mr. Klobe have inspected the same. Both agree that our maintenance personnel did a very good repair. However, Mr. Klobe reports that the city's building inspector has requested permits to be pulled and licensed contractors to perform the repairs. Sidewalks. Work has begun behind the Heidelberg building. Preventive maintenance. One of our maintenance personnel has been identified and has been assigned responsibility to inspect the scuppers and AC units on the roofs. Inspections will be done weekly. That is really good news. Daily, weekly, and monthly inspection and work schedules have been prepared and is presently being translated into Spanish. Once completed, the same will be distributed to the staff. It will be the staff's responsibility to report back to management as to work completed. That's great, because you and Joe prepared that many months ago. So it looks like it's being acted on.
Years ago.
Right.
We're going to be forced to use outside contractors for work that we feel that people can do.
Well, some, you know, I mean, if,
There.
wait a minute, if the city requires it, we must do it.
No, doing pieces, and there's a,
If they require it, they require it.
it's under $1,500, here and there. And besides.
This is something that has to be looked into by both Paul and Terry and agreed upon, so it's not really up for discussion right now.
Yeah, right.
You know, whatever we have to do it right.
Well, we can't we do it in-house? Why don't we have the contractor?
But
Not-
it just
not
has
at the
to, it has to be
city
permitted, it has to be permitted.
It has to be
It has to be
permitted.
inspected. Permitted, that's what we're working, yeah, we're working on that, I gave Howard what they call an annual premise permit for condominiums.
One question I just
Chris
before,
worked with Randy
you
Yost.
mentioned this a little bit
Exactly
more
how
earlier
we're
for
gonna pull that
the
permit.
fire one, so we're gonna go on that.
That's according to section 301. Yeah, section 301. Permit.
Okay, sorry, I can't go with
They're aware of this, right?
I was in the building closet.
No, no, I looked at it on the last page.
I put it on Friday.
Last page. Manager's report. They're drugstore glasses. The print is very weak. Pacific Roofing contractors have inspected the scuppers on the various roofs and will be presenting quotes to correct the various problems. Curbs have been repainted and work continues in other areas. Pacific Roofing will inspect all roofs and present their recommendation for items that need addressing. Some of these will be under warranty and should be corrected free of charge. Pacific Roofing has inspected the Yorkshire roof and has reported that without maintenance being done immediately, the roof will last less than 2 years and will have to be replaced at a cost of approximately $250,000. They have offered a similar contract to the one we signed for at the Marseille. They will repair the roofs and extend a warranty for 5 years